You feel it, don't you? That undeniable tension in the air, that invisible pull, as if the very fabric of reality is leaning toward you, whispering, "Now is the time." You stand at the threshold of something greater than you have ever known. You are not at the end of your story. You are at the beginning of your greatest chapter. I, Archangel Michael, stand beside you now, sword drawn, wings unfurled, eyes blazing with the fire of heaven itself, to tell you this truth. You are standing on the edge of your greatness, not tomorrow, not some distant day, now, this moment, this breath. You have walked through valleys that tried to break you. You have climbed mountains that sought to exhaust you. You have withstood storms that thought they could drown you. And yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still burning with the quiet fire of destiny. Type 111 if you feel this fire stirring, if you sense the nearness of the moment you were born for. Hear me, beloved. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. Everything, every tear, every triumph, every delay, every detour has led you to this precise point in time. Heaven's design is flawless, and you are standing in its center. But here is the truth few dare to speak. Being at the threshold is not enough. You must step across. The greatness waiting for you will not pull you in. It will wait for your step of agreement. The door is open, yes. The way is clear, yes. The angels are positioned, yes. But the step is yours to take. The moment you move, heaven moves with you. The moment you step, the earth shifts to meet your feet. The moment you declare, "I will not stay here any longer," the gates swing wide, and destiny rushes to embrace you. Type Amen if you feel this moment calling to you, if you are ready to take the step that changes everything. Understand this deeply, beloved. The threshold is sacred. It is the place where fear and faith collide. It is the place where comfort tries to hold you back, but courage calls you forward. It is the place where the familiar whispers, "Stay safe," but destiny roars, "Rise higher." You have felt this pull in your spirit. You have felt the rising tension, the building pressure, the growing sense that something monumental is just beyond your reach. It is not your imagination. It is the signal of heaven, the trumpet blast in your soul, the echo of eternity reminding you, you were not born to linger at the door of your destiny. You were born to walk boldly through it. But I know, beloved, I know the weight you carry at this threshold. I see the questions that swirl in your mind. What if I'm not ready? What if I fail? What if the greatness on the other side is too much for me? Listen to me, those questions are not truth. They are the final trembling of fear, sensing that it is about to lose its grip on you forever. Because when you step across this threshold, you step out of fear and into fullness. You step out of hesitation and into holy confidence. You step out of wondering and into witnessing the unfolding of heaven's promises over your life. Type 7 if you are ready to silence the questions. If you are ready to move not with fear, but with fire. This is your moment. The ground beneath your feet vibrates with divine energy. The air around you hums with the anticipation of heaven. The angels hold their breath, waiting for your step. And I, Archangel Michael, stand ready to go before you, to clear the path, to fight the battles you cannot see, to ensure that nothing and no one stands in the way of your crossing. Take the step, beloved. Take it with trembling hands if you must. Take it with a heart that races, with knees that shake. Take it even if your voice quivers. Because once you move, heaven moves with you. And when you cross this threshold, you will not only see greatness, You will become it. Stay close. There is more to reveal, because this threshold is not just the beginning of your greatness, it is the doorway to realms of glory beyond your wildest imagination. And you, beloved, were born for this crossing. You wonder, beloved, why this step feels so monumental, why your heart races when you think of moving forward, why your spirit trembles at the very thought of crossing the threshold. It is because your soul recognizes what your mind is only beginning to comprehend. This is not just another step. This is the step, the one that changes everything, the one that shifts the very axis of your life, the one that heaven has been preparing you for since the beginning. What you cannot see, but what I, Archangel Michael, see clearly, is that an entire army of angels stands ready behind you. They are not waiting for permission to act. They are waiting for your decision to step. Because the moment you move, they are unleashed. The moment you say yes, heaven roars in agreement. The moment you cross the line between hesitation and boldness, the forces of light flood the path before you. Type Amen if you feel this army behind you, if you claim their strength as your own. This is why the tension has felt unbearable at times. This is why the weight has pressed so heavily upon you, because you are carrying not only your own destiny, but the destinies of those connected to you. Your crossing is not a solitary event. It is a signal to every realm that you have chosen to step into the fullness of who you are. It is a declaration that you will no longer shrink beneath the weight of fear. It is the shout of a soul that refuses to be chained by limitation. Listen to me well. The enemy fought so hard to keep you at this threshold because they know what happens when you step. They know the sound of chains breaking at your advance. They know the ripple effect of your obedience. They know that your yes is not quiet. It is thunder in the spirit realm. You thought the resistance was a sign of weakness, but in truth it was a sign of your significance. The louder the resistance, the greater the revelation waiting beyond the threshold. The heavier the opposition, the higher the elevation on the other side. Type 777 if you recognize that the pressure you felt was the proof of your purpose. Now, beloved, let me show you what waits for you beyond this line. On the other side of fear is freedom. On the other side of hesitation is acceleration. On the other side of doubt is destiny fulfilled. You will find strength you never knew you carried. You will see doors open that no man could shut. You will watch pathways appear where once there was only wilderness. Because heaven has not been preparing you for survival. Heaven has been preparing you for dominion. You were not forged in fire just to endure life. You were forged to rule in the calling placed over you from the foundations of the earth. And now is your moment to claim it. This is why the ground beneath your feet feels electric. This is why your spirit refuses to settle for less. This is why the whisper in your heart grows louder by the day, saying, "Step, step now, step boldly." Because what awaits you is not mere progress, it is promotion. It is the lifting of your life into realms of influence and impact that will stretch far beyond your imagination. You are not walking into uncertainty. You are walking into alignment. You are not stepping into danger. You are stepping into destiny. And heaven stands ready to celebrate your crossing. Stay close, beloved. There is more I must show you. Because, as powerful as this moment is, what awaits you just beyond the threshold will make every sacrifice, every tear, every long night worth it 1,000 times over. You are not standing at the edge of fear. You are standing at the doorway of your coronation. And you, beloved, were born to walk through it. Now, beloved, let me show you what truly happens the moment you take that step. What you thought was a private decision ignites a public eruption. What you thought was a quiet movement in your heart sends shockwaves through realms seen and unseen. Because this is the moment heaven has been waiting for. This is the instant when the match strikes the flame, when the spark catches the dry wood of destiny and the fire spreads with unstoppable force. You see, beloved, your step is not small. Your step is not insignificant. Your step is ignition. The moment you cross the threshold, the atmosphere changes, not just for you, but for every life your destiny touches. Type Amen if you feel this fire already rising. If you sense that your step is the catalyst heaven has ordained, feel it now. Feel the tremble in the ground beneath your feet. That is not fear, that is creation itself, responding to the unfolding of divine order. That is the world shifting to align with the purpose burning in your spirit. Because when heaven moves, the earth must move too, and you, beloved, carry heaven within you. Your step commands alignment. Your decision triggers movement. Your obedience becomes the signal for chains to snap, for barriers to break, for locked doors to swing wide open. But hear this, beloved, hear it deeply. Your courage is contagious. Your rising is a rallying cry to souls who have stood too long in their own hesitation. When you move, you release permission into the atmosphere. When you step forward, you blaze a trail for others to follow. What once felt like your private struggle becomes the public victory of many. You were never meant to cross this threshold alone. Your boldness is the banner others will rally beneath. Your breakthrough becomes the blueprint for others longing to find their way. Type 777 if you claim this role. If you accept that your victory is not yours alone but a light for many, see it now, beloved. See the ripples expanding from your step. See the waves of awakening moving through places you thought were unreachable. See the dormant dreams in others beginning to stir at the sight of your courage. Because you, beloved, were not just called to cross the threshold. You were called to carry others across with you. You are a breaker of barriers, a pioneer of pathways, a herald of hope. And this is why the resistance felt so heavy. This is why the threshold felt so daunting. Because you carry more than your own destiny. You carry legacies. You carry generations. You carry revival. Let it sink in. You carry revival, not as an abstract idea, but as a living reality. Your life is revival in motion. Your step is the spark of reformation. Your courage is the awakening of hearts long asleep. This is why heaven celebrates your movement. This is why the armies of light stand ready to march with you, because they know, when you step, heaven's agenda advances on the earth. Stay close, beloved. The picture is still unfolding. What comes next will not only confirm your role as a catalyst, it will reveal how far the fire you've ignited will spread. And when you see it, you will understand. You are not just stepping into your greatness. You are opening the floodgates of destiny for multitudes. This is the power you carry. This is the purpose you were born for. And this is only the beginning. Do you feel it now, beloved? Do you feel how the very air around you has changed? What once resisted now yields. What once stood in defiance now bows in recognition. What once felt immovable now shifts with the lightest touch of your presence. Because something extraordinary happens when you step across the threshold. You stop chasing destiny, and destiny starts moving toward you. The very fabric of reality responds to the authority you carry. Circumstances realign. Obstacles dissolve. Paths previously hidden unfold beneath your feet. Type Amen if you sense this unfolding, if you feel the ground opening to receive your steps. You see, beloved, heaven is not merely reactive, it is proactive. The moment you made your decision to step forward, heaven went ahead of you. Doors were unlocked, barriers dismantled, hearts prepared. What seemed like chance encounters were, in truth, divine appointments waiting for you to arrive. Because when you walk in alignment with your purpose, you become a magnet for the resources of heaven. Opportunities will not just come, they will converge. Connections will not just happen, they will pursue you. Solutions will not just appear, they will arise from within you, as rivers of wisdom flowing straight from the throne of God. This is the power of the threshold crossed. This is the reward of obedience answered. You are stepping into a flow where heaven and earth work together for your advancement, where favor is not a rare occurrence but a constant companion, where your presence carries the atmosphere of breakthrough wherever you go. Type 7 and 7 if you embrace this flow, if you claim the divine momentum that is now carrying you forward. Understand this deeply, beloved. The shift you feel is not temporary. This is not a fleeting moment of inspiration. This is a permanent change in your spiritual climate. You have moved from waiting for miracles to walking in them. You have moved from praying for open doors to commanding them to open. You have moved from hope to manifestation. The world around you is responding to your alignment. People are being drawn to the light within you. Resources are aligning with your assignments. Situations that once confused you are now becoming clear pathways to your destiny. And here's the beauty of this movement. You do not have to strive to maintain it. You do not have to exhaust yourself to keep the momentum alive, because the power that carries you is not your own. It is the current of heaven itself. You are no longer swimming against the tide. You are being carried by the river of purpose. You are no longer knocking on doors, wondering if they will open. You are walking through gates flung wide at the sound of your coming. Feel this, beloved. Let it anchor in your heart. You have entered a realm where the impossible bows to the inevitable, where dreams delayed become dreams delivered, where the promises you held in hope become the realities you hold in your hands. Stay close. There is one more revelation I must give you, because as glorious as this movement is, there is yet a higher place, a final ascent where you will not only walk in greatness but wear it as your mantle. And when you arrive there, you will understand fully. You were not just invited into greatness. You were destined for it. You were created for it. You were anointed for it. And this moment is the crowning of your calling. Get ready, beloved. The coronation awaits. Now, beloved, step fully into the moment you were born for. This is no longer a dream. This is no longer a distant hope. This is the reality that heaven has been preparing for you all along. You stand not at the threshold anymore, but within the courts of your destiny. The crown is no longer waiting to be crafted. It has been fashioned in the fires of your trials, polished by your perseverance, and is now placed upon your head by the very hands of heaven. You wear it not in pride, but in purpose, not in arrogance, but in authority, not as a decoration, but as a declaration that you have risen, a declaration that you have overcome, a declaration that you have embraced the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Type Amen if you receive this crown, if you wear it with the reverence and boldness of one called to reign. Hear me now, beloved. This crown is not temporary. It is not conditional. It is not fragile. It is eternal. It is secured by the promises of heaven. It is fastened by the faithfulness of God, and it rests upon your head as a visible sign to the world and to every realm. This is the one chosen for greatness. You no longer need to search for permission to rise. Permission was written into your DNA before you took your first breath. You no longer need to seek validation from the voices of men. Validation was given to you by the voice that spoke stars into existence. You no longer need to wait for the world to recognize you. Heaven has recognized you, and that recognition reshapes the very world around you. Type 777 if you claim this recognition, if you stand now in full agreement with Heaven's decree over your life. Understand this fully, beloved. Your greatness is not measured by titles or possessions. It is measured by the light you carry. It is measured by the hope you release. It is measured by the freedom your life brings to others. You are a walking declaration of Heaven's victory. Your life testifies to the power of endurance. Your story proclaims the faithfulness of God. Your very existence echoes the truth that darkness never wins. And now you walk not as a seeker of greatness, but as a carrier of it. You walk as one whose steps are ordered, whose path is prepared, whose future is secured. Feel the weight of this crown upon your head. It is not a burden. It is a banner that announces your arrival, a banner that signals to every adversary. This one has crossed the threshold. This one reigns in the fullness of their calling. Walk boldly, beloved. Walk with your head held high, with your heart ablaze, with your spirit alight with the fire of divine destiny, because you are no longer waiting to step into greatness. You have become it. You carry it in your words. You radiate it in your presence. You manifest it in your choices. And everywhere you go, you shift atmospheres. Everywhere you tread, you leave footprints of glory. Everywhere you speak, you release life. Stay with me for this final whisper of truth. You are not only crowned for your sake, you are crowned for the sake of generations. You are crowned so that others might see the reflection of their own rising in your life. You are crowned so that darkness knows it has lost once and for all. You are crowned as living proof that Heaven's plans always prevail. Walk in it, own it, live it. Your coronation is complete, but your reign has only begun. The kingdom assigned to you is waiting for your voice. The territories entrusted to you are waiting for your command. The generations following you are watching, waiting, longing for your leadership. And you, beloved, will not disappoint. Because you were born for this, crafted for this, anointed for this, and now you reign. Type 9999 if you step fully into this reign. If you declare with your whole heart, I wear the crown of my calling, and I will walk in my greatness. Go now, beloved. Go as the crowned one. Go as the chosen. Go as the living fulfillment of Heaven's dream for your life. Your story is not ending, it is unfolding, and all of heaven watches with joy as you walk into the fullness of your reign. You have crossed the threshold. You wear the crown, and you are unstoppable.